Well, I'm gonna do it. Said I was gonna do it, so I'm gonna do it. We're going to be looking at the new Han Solo trailer, and I'm gonna be putting out a little bit of thoughts on it that I have. I've been formulating for the last couple of minutes. We're gonna get going right now on that.
So you want to make a difference? Yeah. Trust.
So this is the start of, this is the teaser, not the full trailer. Full trailer is now out. This is just a teaser, but both of them together pretty much give us the full spectrum.
You're gonna love it.
Give us the full scope of the story that we're going to be seeing. Han Solo is joining the Empire. He's going to become one of the, I guess, pilots in the Empire. And this is the basic color palette they're going for. This is how it's going to look, essentially. And maybe it'll work in the final film. Initial reaction to it is just, it's okay, but it looks like every other space movie that's ever come out. And you would not expect that from Star Wars.
I'm gonna be a pilot. That's in the galaxy.
That's the interior of the Millennium Falcon. It was our first ever glimpse of it in the movie, and it's completely brand new. Everyone's pointed out that it's completely brand new. It looks like it came off the assembly plant right now, fresh. This is interesting because we have Lando, who said that the Falcon saved his life quite a few times. So that means that he has used the Falcon to escape tons of stuff, and he's gone and flown it all over the place before he ever gave it to Han. And the Falcon is actually a lot older than that. Lando got it from someone before. It was never Lando's ship. He got it from someone, and then he used it, and then he got it. He lost it in a bet to Han. So they're apparently retconning it, making it seem like the Falcon's brand new right now, and Lando just basically started using it or something. I don't know how long he's possibly going to be having had the ship, but maybe he has been using it for a while, but doesn't seem like it because it looks brand new. Not a scratch on it. And basically that's it. It looks like I'm going to get to my thoughts on what it can be compared to soon enough. It's Woody Harrelson. People in the comments either hate him or like him. I don't know what, and I don't care about his character or whatever. I'm thinking that's Thandie Newton, but it's not. It's someone else. Thandie Newton's going to come up in the next trailer. There's a green thing in there. Okay. This is the most Star Wars looking part of the trailer, pretty much. It's like, this is Star Wars. This is supposed to be what Star Wars is about. I will get to that later. And then it looks like this. This is Avengers. This is Age of Ultron. Then here's him. This person. As you could probably tell, I'm not very fond of Donald Glover being cast as Lando Calrissian. And this is not Ron Howard's choice. Ron Howard, if he had the choice to make his movie the way he wanted, would he have cast Donald Glover? He's made his opinion of him on Twitter, saying he's a wonderful actor to work with and extremely talented. So, but what do I think? He's trying. He's very much trying. I gotta give him that. I'll give him props. He does not want to just be piss poor Lando and fail. He doesn't want that. He's giving it everything he's got. And this is before we get to the next trailer. This is him now in this scene. He's wearing some sort of big ass pimp coat. People have commented that he looks like a pimp. It's a black thing. It's kind of racist, but all right. Thing I hate about it is the full beard. This is absolutely wrong. They can go with the mustache, but why? If he is the younger version of Lando, is he having more facial hair? And of course, he never has snitch of facial hair beyond the mustache, beyond this point. So does Han influence him to cut his hair a little bit? Is that a point they're gonna make in the film? Is he ever gonna cut that hair so that we can have a somewhat, Lando-ish looking character? And he does not have the perm, or Billy D's part white, so he looks like a, of course Billy D's natural hair is like mine, where it depends on the humidity in the air. I'll just give you like an example. Like, look at my hair and say, okay, yeah, right now I have the heater on, so my hair is very dry. But under normal conditions where the air is humid, my hair would actually be a lot more natural, the way it was when I was born, which is that I have genes from multiple races. So it's not just black hair, it's not just white hair, it's something in there kind of in between half of the time. So that's what Billy D kind of does. Now, Billy D perms his hair a lot. Whenever you see Billy D back in the day in his 30s and 40s, he never really rocked his natural hair. He permed it and then called it a day. But I'm pretty sure that he too has similar issues to me in that, it just, his hair dries out very easily, and permanent just keeps it the way it would be naturally if it was more humid environment. That's all. So that's how he was represented in Empire Strikes Back. They just smoothed his natural curls. So Donald Glover does not have that kind of hair, and everybody was contemplating that they would just perm his hair, or they'd do something like some sort of style in order to save costs on costuming and time to put him in makeup for the movie. They just said, okay, use natural hair, give him a little haircut, that's it. And it's so lazy, it's so obvious what they did, and one wonders why he has facial hair at all. If their attempt was to try to, because this movie is all about trying to squeeze it in with the original trilogy. We're trying to get it to feel like the original trilogy. Why did they not make him? And he can look like Lando. He can look like Lando. It's not hard. You light him properly. You have the right. You can poof his hair out a bit more. You got it right there. Oh, and they didn't do it. So it's gonna be one of the things that I'm not gonna be too fond of, I'm sure. And this stuff here, I can say something about it. Basically, this whole flying shot. It's one of the things that I think they did a little too much of. It looks so video game-ish. You know what I mean? When you watch the trailer for Battlefront, that's what it looks like. It's lazy. It could have done something a little more interesting with it. This is Alden Einreichen Schneider und Schnitzel, German last name or something. And we will get to him when we start looking at the next one. That was a teaser. Now we're going to get to the actual trailer. So we're going to take a look at that right now. Somebody did an edit where they put the footage together. People are very quick right now. They're just throwing together these edits of the trailer, and they're doing all kinds of reaction videos and bull crap because they want that money. People are gonna be easy. This is a big money thing right now. If you put up Han Solo anything, you can get thousands of views. Easy. That's what YouTube's all about. It's not where I came from. I come from a time where you put up videos on the internet, nobody cared, and that's it. You just, I got maybe a couple 50 views on videos I put up way back in the day. That was life. So here we go. People are saying, what is this? Is it the Falcon? Is it something else? I don't know. I think it's the Falcon. From my views of the Falcon, that's definitely the Falcon. It's got the Falcon's buttons. And it's very retro, but obviously they had no choice. They had to make it look like the 70s in some aspects. And I think that's one of the things they're going to attempt to do, but it's not going to work because if you're gonna do a retro movie, do a retro movie. Do not have modern CGI on top of stuff like this, where we have a 70s looking power console looking like a Game Boy Color. You know, it's not gonna work. It's like a Game Boy Color with a modern PSP level video game system built into it. It would just make no sense. That's kind of how these movies are working. They're trying to do it retro, but they don't want to fully commit to that, so they're just having a very hard time with that. But look at this scene. This is actually one of the clever things about the trailer. I'm not, just to set the stage, I'm not hating this movie. I'll probably enjoy it. It'll probably be a fun film to go see. I went to see Valerian, whatever the hell that was, space movie, and I was like, wow, this is really good. And I was engaged, and I enjoyed it. So I'm not in any way saying this is gonna be awful. Don't watch it. Absolutely not. It's probably gonna be a really good fun film. But we'll get to the complicated issues with it later. This is the dice. This is the dice that Han uses to win the Millennium Falcon. So that was something that some people pointed out later on, and I was like thinking to myself, that's actually pretty cool. That's a Ron Howard thing, I think. I don't think Chris Lord and Philip Miller put that in there. Maybe this is all scripted. I don't know, but I know Ron Howard would probably think about that and put that in there, since that's who he is. We'll get to that. I guess I got to talk about Emilia Clarke. She's a wonderful person. I really think she's a great actress, and I'm looking forward to whatever she's going to do in this. And that's the only thing you can look forward to about this movie, because it's such a movie that you already know the ending to. So the only thing that you can grasp onto, and the only thing they should have emphasized in these advertisements is Lando. Emilia Clarke's character, even Woody Harrelson, even Chewbacca, emphasize those characters because we don't know those characters as well as we know Han Solo. But they're selling this as a Han Solo movie, and they're trying to pigeonhole us into a corner and say, you better like it because it's Han Solo's movie. Your basic issue action stuff, blah, blah, blah. Not interested in that. What's the story of this movie? They're not giving us the story. We don't know. And we still don't know even after we watch this trailer. So this is the Star Wars level from Super Star Wars and SNES. I don't know if it was intended to be that, but if it is, it's a pretty good idea. And maybe it is a callback to that. People are saying it's F-Zero. Yeah, I can see that too. Okay, so we're on Cloud City? What is this? It's just, this is the thing about the trailer that pisses you off. Where it looks like Earth. It's not a planet from Star Wars. You know?
I'm gonna be a pilot.
Why is he on Earth? He's freaking on Earth or something. So that's a point of contention, and we're gonna see what happens. I don't know. I love what Star Wars is able to do as a series, and that's really divorce you from your life and your reality and take you to a new world. I can still watch Star Wars, you know what I mean? Not so much the prequels, but in a sense, when I watch a Star Wars movie, it does indeed transport you. You know, it's like you really get the sense that this is not happening here, unless you're really into the behind-the-scenes stuff. Then you can tell this is a desert in Tunisia, but I'm just saying. If you're a little more into the escapism of it, it really does a good job of completely divorcing you from reality. And these movies now that they're making now, Force Awakens, Rogue One, I'm blown away that they don't get it. They're putting these guys on desert planets again. You know, that's not what Star Wars is about. It's not about repeating visuals. It's just new stuff. Keep bringing the new stuff. That's what I was hoping for. So here we have an interesting shot. I got some kabuki lookings. You know, I don't know what that is. It's pretty interesting actually, but it's like rocks coming out of the ground. So Maybe it has something to do with the movie. I don't know.
I'm putting together a crew.
This is Lando Calrissian's robot, I think. And this is the Kira character. So, this is another thing I'm going to talk about, how this kind of pisses me off. No aliens. This is Star Wars. This is a series that has had consistently alien creatures just hanging out in it, and yet these new movies do not have many aliens in them at all. And this is everybody's favorite shot of the new Lando Calrissian, and they did a good job here. I'm gonna be honest. If I wanted to be dishonest, I'd say, it's just a pretty lame. You wouldn't even know it was Star Wars shot of Donald Glover, and it's not well lit. They're obviously trying to hide that it's Donald Glover. They're trying to say, "Oh, it kind of looks like Lando here, doesn't he?" But no, they did a good job with this shot. They got Lando's character right down, pretty much nailed right here in this shot, and everybody's saying, "Yep, he's perfect." But isn't this wonderful? When you can just say, "Oh, they get it. They did a great job based on a couple of seconds worth of footage and no dialogue." Isn't that great? All I can do is roll my eyes. I mean, you'll get the business when you finally hear his voice, and it's not going to sound like Billy D's voice. It's not going to be a performance that he's probably not going to be in the movie much. He's probably not going to do much. He's going to have this scene here where this is it. This is the gambling scene, the infamous gambling scene where Lando loses the Falcon. And, yeah. Sad to say that I'm not playing him, and, I don't know, what would you prefer, this? Looking like a balding Donald Glover, or someone who actually looks like Billy D? I don't know. It's up to you. It's up to you. So, we'll see. This is Thandie Newton. She gets her complete 1.00 no seconds in the trailer for you. I don't know who she is. Another human being in a Star Wars movie. The thing about this is that it's lazy. They're using a lot of human characters in these new movies because they know if they had to use makeup and prosthetics and create a lot of alien creatures, it would be very costly. You might want to say, no, that's wrong. They just want to have a character, new one and stuff. Yeah, they do want a new character because they want to sell toys. This is not about, they've already wasted a ton of money, truth be told. But yeah, this is not about story. It's about making money.
You in?
So we finally get an alien. And they're like almost a minute into the trailer. There hasn't been an alien in the whole damn trailer so far. We finally get an alien. Oh, it's not really an alien. It's just Chewbacca. And we're on Hoth? Aye. Okay, continue.
That's it.
It's like the third time we've been on an ice planet in these movies. What the So this is where we see Donald. I'm not gonna call him Lando. We see Donald Glover with his robot and doing stuff. He's switching the switches and he's pushing the panel there. This is pretty good. This is good directing. I don't know if it was shot by Lord and Miller or Ron Howard. I don't know. If it's shot by Ron Howard, you can guarantee it's not gonna look this dynamic and cool. That's, So probably all the cool shots are going to be done by Lord and Miller. All the shots are going to be done by Ron Howard.
That might be the only person.
Yeah, say what that's another thing about this film. It's that this is a movie that's going to be done by three different directors. That's going to be freaking ridiculous, isn't it? So we got a new character who's probably going to die by the end of the movie. Who cares about him? Who cares? Alright, I don't want this damn video to go on too long. I'll talk for a little bit longer and then You don't really. It doesn't do well to make long YouTube videos.
Get ready.
This is it. There's not much to say. It's gonna be an FX bonanza. It's gonna be big, complicated looking. So this is the first time we get to actually get a sense of who this guy is, because we don't know. And and he's, you know, he's in a bad position. He's gonna be constantly scrutinized every little thing he does, and he's hoping not to screw it up. He's like, you know, Anakin, Jake Lloyd. This could ruin his freaking career, man. So good luck to Alden. You know, taking on this task, it's very tough. I appreciate what he's trying to do, so I'm not gonna look down on him for what he's trying to do. He's trying to do something hardcore good and make a. But poor him, he thought he was making it with one set of directors. Something changed. Now he's making it with another. And whoop, I don't know what his performance is coming from. Is it coming from Philip Lord Chris Miller, or is it from Ron Howard? I don't know.
Thought we were in trouble there for a second, but it's fine. We're fine.
So that whole part there is not Han Solo, and that's the biggest gripe with this film. Is it the way he's kind of acting all dorky is the best word. Han Solo's a jock. He wouldn't act like that at all. He wouldn't even look back, you know, put on that little smirk. You know, so a lot of people in the comment section on these videos have been saying, would that really be what Han would do there? You know, they're kind of just like, yeah, surprised that this is the approach that Alden took, that Ron took, whoever took, and said, okay, this is how Han would act here. He'd act like a
I told you it wasn't gonna be this way. See, we're fine.
you know, that's kind of what we're getting from this Han Solo.
For a second, but it's fine. We're fine.
And you know, this is the one tiny smidge of dialogue we get from Mutton Chops, Sideburns, Lando in this thing. And this is what you're gonna get for 2 hours. Not that one shot of him looking kind of like Billy D. You're gonna get this. I'm scary. I'm Lando. I'm smooth as ice. Who might you be? That's what you're gonna get. This is the new Lando Calrissian, and it's gonna suck. That's it. No more. What do I think about what this movie is going to be? It's going to be Firefly. It's going to be Battlestar Galactica. It's going to be just everyday, whatever, space movie. I didn't even watch Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't care about that movie. It's going to be like that freaking Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy movie. It's going to be that. It's not going to be special. It's not going to be memorable. You're going to forget it. It's going to leave your brain right after you see it. It's not going to make an impact. But enjoy it while it lasts. I mean, have a blast. Take the kids. I don't care. That's fine. Sadly, because we know the fate of Han Solo, it's going to be difficult to care about what he's going through in this film. It's not going to be easy to watch him get into a fight or a gunfight. You can bet your ass they're going to put that situation forward as if, oh my god, what will happen here? What will Han do to get out of this daring situation? And then he'll get out of it because he doesn't die in the movie, and there's no reason to care about his character because kind of, you know, some character in the original trilogy is not important to the extent that we kind of blew him up to be outside of the films. He's just that character on the side. He's Ron Weasley. You know, would you want to watch a Ron Weasley movie? No. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. People are kind of getting kind of worn out by Star Wars right now, and if this movie isn't all that, it might be the one film that kind of shows it stumbles too much, and it puts it down, puts Star Wars down where it doesn't need to be. We shouldn't be worried about Star Wars having good box office. But it doesn't look that great. And it looks like they're very much playing it safe. And I would have loved to have seen what Lord and Miller would have done. It would be a totally different movie. And I mean, ripping awesome. I mean, really crazy stuff. So, I mean, yeah. We were going to get a Ron Howard, lukewarm, down the middle, decent movie. And that's it. It's not, it's not like you watch the trailer and you kind of say, yeah, this is different. But the reason it's different is because Lord and Miller put their hands on it and did something with it. Otherwise, it's Ron Howard's Howardness, which is what it is. Ron Howard's, he's a workman. He's an okay guy. You know what I mean? When you watch that average movie, that one night on cable, it's probably exactly like what Ron Howard would make, and that's it. He's not this crazy visual filmmaker. He never has been. So, well, I don't know. I'm starting to think I don't want to watch it. I don't care about it. We know what's going to happen next, and only intriguing thing to me is how he loses the Falcon. That part really is interesting to me. I want to see that. Otherwise, I'm not seeing anything about it that's drawing me to it. And trailers are deceptive. Rogue One had an amazing trailer. It had a great ad campaign. Does anyone give a flying screwballs about Jen Erso and Cassian K2? No. They don't matter. No one cares about them. The movie did a damn good job of selling those characters, and then we just they just wafered off. No one cares about them. So this whole idea of throwing characters at us and saying, these are the new Star Wars characters, you better love them, and then no, we don't. So it's just the same thing. It's kind of Rogue One-ish. I don't know. We're all kind of losing. We can be excited about these things, and then like Terminator Genesis, I loved the trailer. I was really thinking they were going to do a good job with that one, and then I went and saw the movie, and it just blew me away how off the mark. And again, the director of Terminator Genesis, he's a Ron Howard director. He's like, he's not gonna make nothing you gonna think about years from now and change cinema. You're not gonna think about that. Well, he's gonna make an okay movie. So I'll put it this way: Ron Howard's like Robert Zemeckis in a lot of ways. Robert Zemeckis is a great filmmaker, but he doesn't make films that are super great. That's really what's going on. And yeah. And Terminator Genesis is a film you can also go to and watch and throw your brain in the trash and just enjoy it. And it's fun. And then you forget the hell that movie was about. Apparently Emilia Clarke's into that mode of getting these kinds of films where they don't really know what they're doing with them and just kind of making them up as they go along. So that's her little trend right now. And I feel kind of sorry for her. I hope her character lives. I don't know. That's one thing that you kind of have interest in, these new characters. They're selling the movie wrong. They should sell Lando. They should sell Emilia Clarke, and they should sell Woody Harrelson. They should sell all these other characters that are not Han Solo, because you go and you put in the narration, oh man, when I was a little kid, I had a tough life, and they're Han Solo, and I got the Falcon Chewie, my best friend, and then Han's just gonna get killed off later on, so he didn't really accomplish much and go very far, and his son is gonna be evil. So that part of that's not good either. So what the hell, you can't really care for this character as much as you would have liked. Because of the way they've kind of screwed him up in the new trilogy. And that's kind of, if this was a movie about Han Solo before we got to know how he died, that would have been a movie to see. But these are things that are beyond Ron Howard. You cannot blame him for any of this. He did not decide to kill Han the way they did. He didn't decide none of that. And this is a movie that he personally really, really... And that's another thing that's drawn me to the film. Ron Howard himself. He is Lucas's apprentice. He worked with Harrison Ford. One thing that you have to note is that the way that Ron shoots Alden, that is actually so good. He looks exactly like, from certain angles and lighting, a young, spunky Harrison Ford. And that's due to Ron Howard knowing exactly what a young, spunky Harrison Ford was like. He directed Alden to be Harrison Ford from that era. And that's the real thing. That's the real benefit of having Ron Howard, because he would know. He worked with Harrison Ford on American Graffiti for months. Who knows? And he knows who Harrison Ford was at that time in his life. And so you can get that sense that when Ron was directing him, he said, "Okay, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta act like this," because that's who he was back then. And you can feel it. You kind of sense that. But then the dude speaks, and he doesn't sound shit like Harrison Ford. And it's like, oh, just don't talk. If you don't talk, we could buy it, But we will see. We will see. I'm interested in what this movie's going to be, but also at the same time not, because I know exactly what it's going to be. And would have been so much more fun if Lord and Miller had their way with it, in my opinion. But Disney and Lucasfilm are scared pussies. They do not want whatever visionary thing that they were cooking up. They don't want it. And so we're going to get this movie. So, yeah. We're going to get a lot of hyperbole online. Oh my God, it's the best movie ever. And we're going to get a lot of other way. It's awful. But me, someone who's not stupid, looks like a decent film. Looks very decent. Looks okay. That's my opinion. And thank you for watching this, if anybody did. I know it went on way too long. And that's all I'm going to say.